Today's cup of coffee. This may be a short cup. We don't know. Sometimes we think it's going to be a short cup and it's not.
We'd be doing warm-up screens.
Instead of a short beer, we have short cups.
Yes.
So it's one of those 9-ounce things for people who like to think. They're trying to fool other people into thinking that they like coffee. Yeah.
The Venti, the Trenta, the Grande, the...
Barrel.
What the fuck?
I want a barrel.
What the fuck is it? Tall?
I don't know.
It's stupid Starbucks.
Yeah, really. Like, we can't usually afford stupid Starbucks. We're there probably less than 5 times a year.
Yeah.
Because we're not stupid. We buy coffee other places.
We have our own at home.
We do.
We travel with it.
We do. And it's just like, I don't understand. They've got all these different flavors and stuff like that. But it's all this medium roast. Why can't I have a dark roast that has the flavors? Of course, most of
I think the dark roast would overpower the flavor.
Maybe. Well, hell, add more flavors.
You want it burnt.
Add more flavors.
Burnt.
No,
that's your like, coffee. Burnt.
No.
Charred.
Now, that is one thing that I have not yet found anything that can be the equivalent of the Starbucks Sumatra. I've tried other things. I pissed off that one coffee company because I gave them an honest review.
I mean, what were they expecting?
They stopped talking to me after that.
What were they expecting? Like a promotion type thing?
Well, I would have gladly promoted the stuff had it been that good. It wasn't.
This is why certain people are not put on PR lists, because they are like, no, they will rip our stuff to shreds. We are not doing that shit.
I will not rip anybody's stuff to shreds if it was good. But I'm not going to sit and lie to somebody and say, oh, this is a fabulous product. I drink it every day. I order it by the case full, when that's a lie.
Oh, fuck that. If it's mediocre, you're sending me free shit. I will blow smoke up your ass all day long.
I don't
Especially
do that.
if you're paying me.
I don't do that.
I will blow smoke up their ass all day long and be like, this product is amazing, even though it's shit.
The packaging was really wonderful. I loved the packaging. And if they had had swag, if they had had t-shirts, even if they had had coffee mugs, 20-ounce mugs, I would have purchased some. It was Spring Hill Jack. And they did have different blends, but I had ordered some that were supposed to be the strongest blends. And that was what they advertised themselves as, was this amazing, strong coffee. And 'twas not. And
'Twas not.
And because
'Twas not.
I was honest in the video, and so they basically stopped speaking to me after that. It was just an email exchange anyhow.
Speaking of dead communication, the Queen is dead!
Quit. Don't. I didn't go there because there's, different opinions.
Know that I just said the Queen is dead. That's it.
Everybody knows that at this point.
The Queen's dead?
And as far as that, I am sorry for her family and the people that loved her, just like any other loss. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I know that there's all kinds of rumors and everything. I basically have... I have no opinion about it. I mean, other than understanding that her family... I mean, that's true of anybody's family. But I've never got into the monarchy thing. It always bored the shit out of me, really. Because we be American. But for the other people in other countries, that's a big deal for them. So I don't, But as far as slamming or wailing, one or the other, no. Let other channels do that. There's plenty of people that's jumping on that bandwagon.
Lizard people.
That is one of the rumors I have heard quite a few times. It's not like we don't have the lizard people here. They just have a different title.
People thought Trisha Paytas, because, she went in, I guess she got dilated or whatever, like, from the baby. Like 1 centimeter or whatever. People thought that meant she went into birth yesterday because she was completely off social media all day. And so people were like, oh, she gave birth. Queen Elizabeth reincarnation as Trisha Paytas' baby. Because people thought, like, Trisha Paytas was going to name the child Elizabeth just as a troll. And Trisha Paytas literally put out a video today being like, no, I'm still very much pregnant. And, like, y'all got trolled by the trolls. I didn't do shit.
It's because people are gullible.
Yeah, she didn't do shit this time. She had no involvement.
I tell you something. Over the past...
She's just trying to be like, I'm just trying to be a baby. Don't involve my baby.
Over the past year, as far as the cell phones and the people continually being on those damn things, I've become very resentful of them. Honestly. And there are times that I actually loathe them. For real. Because at the end of it, people are going to realize, oh God, I had an opportunity to actually interact with somebody, to be with somebody, to live my life, but I wasted X number of years watching somebody else's life that doesn't even know I exist. Kid is very silent, notice.
No, I'm just like, But you use your phone all the time. I mean, you're not on social media.
Never.
On it, but like...
I use my phone. I do use my phone. I use it for texting. I use it to listen to Spotify when we're driving.
David Palmer, you play your match 3 games.
I usually watch him here at home on through his website.
You usually watch him like when we're out on the go? Or
no, not usually, because I can't pay enough attention to him while we're out and about. I really can't. I tried to do that today, and it's just like, I just can't.
But there have been many times, like, you and I have been in the car together, and, like, you're, like, put on David Palmer.
Very few. There's
been quite a few.
No.
Yes.
You maybe, how many do you consider quite a few? Because that's kind of subjective.
I think about 5 times is quite a few.
In the past how many years?
I'm talking about within the past 2 months.
Oh, no. No. You need to go back and rethink that, because no, it's not. But even that, now the match 3 games, do I use those as far as just to de-escalate and to honestly give my brain a rest? Yes, I do. A lot of times I will do that while I'm listening to something. Because it helps me focus. That's not uncommon with people who have ADHD. Yeah. And it's this doodling. It's not that they're not paying attention. It's some kind of weirdness as far as brain processing that a mindless activity helps give them focus.
Yeah.
And I've done that before I understood that I had ADHD. I wondered why, when I was in an environment where I had to sit still and listen, I was falling asleep.
Yeah, I did that a lot.
Especially when I was a kid, like in church. And it's one of those that it's like, oh God, you've got the devil in you because you fell asleep during the sermon. No, it was boring.
I fell asleep in church one time, and the pastor would slam right on the podium, and I'm like, whoa! Like I jolted up. I didn't stand up, but I'm like, oh shit.
So, oh my God,
scared the hell out of me. Like,
how did we get from one topic to here? This is what happens, because I didn't take my Strattera today, and neither did you.
No.
The ramblings of ADHD minds.
That's it.
This is why when we first switched over to this format, we did lose some people, and one that was very dear to us, and still love him. Haven't talked to him since we did change formats, and he just could not deal with the ADHD. And it's like, okay, we get it. Is
that what it is, or was it the length of the videos?
Well, I think it was both. And it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we wished him well, and
I mean, it's not for everyone.
If he ever wanted to come back, we would just welcome him aboard and shower him with love, and, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a diner. You have regulars that come in every day. You have those that just stop by for a cup of coffee, you know. And then there's some of them that's like, damn, that coffee was too stout. I ain't going back there.
It was approximately 165.93 degrees. Too hot. Too burnt.
That was like last night. I had really screwed up. I had left some coffee to have with a bite of dessert. And I didn't. My brain, of course, my brain has been on short circuit for a while. And if y'all, we allude to this, but if you all really knew, y'all would be going, damn, how is she not in the corner drooling on herself? And so, just in an absent-minded moment, I dumped the rest of the coffee out. And I'm like, well, hell. So I had some of the freeze-dried coffee.
Uh-huh.
It is not the same.
Well, no shit, it's freeze-dried.
Any coffee is better than no coffee. So I sat there, I drank my freeze-dried coffee.
Why don't you just do what Dad does and just buy your coffee in those tins or buckets?
What do you mean? I mean,
like the Maxwell House coffee or the Folgers.
I wasn't going to make a whole new pot at that point in the night.
I mean, like, why don't you get you like one of those like buckets? Like, that's a lot of coffee for pretty cheap.
If they had the Starbucks Sumatra in that size container, I probably would.
Don't they got dark roasts?
It's not the same. It is. I have tried the different ones, and that's just like even as far as what is it? I think it's called Never Surrender, and I can't remember the company that Rev, REVV, and it's really good. Mm-hmm. But it's also one of those I wouldn't drink it daily.
There's a YouTuber that I watch, and like he doesn't promote it that much, but he's got his own coffee. His name is Jacksepticeye.
Uh-huh.
He's a gamer, and so like he runs with like the same crowd as Markiplier and PewDiePie, and so like he has his own coffee. It's called Top in the Morning Coffee because he's Irish.
Right,
and
that's
so,
cute.
Like, yeah, that was like maybe you could check out his coffee brand.
Maybe, but you got to realize, all right, the beans are going to be basically the same beans. And
they're all the
for the
same
most part,
beans.
you have different ones. There are. You've got Colombian, you've got Arabica, you've got some of them that's from the rainforest, and then it goes in with the different roasting techniques.
Toasted, slightly burnt, more burnt, charred, ash,
asphalt,
concrete,
asphalt blend, please. But so you've got to wonder, where are they getting the beans from? And then there are some people that they'll do supposedly their own blend, which is you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, blend it in there together.
Here's you a pebble.
Yeah.
Some gravel. There you go.
That's the whole thing. And coffees, it's almost like, all right, you've got these wine connoisseurs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people that are true coffee hounds, they can tell you just... Now, Crazy Funny Cats, he will talk about the different types of blends that, you know, if you ever read his comments,
most pompous...
You better finish that, because Crazy Funny Cats is not a pompous individual.
What's the word that I'm looking for? Not pompous.
I think he's talking about the coffee snobs is what it is.
That is what I'm talking about.
I don't know what he's trying to talk about.
What the fuck is it? Like,
but there is a difference between the flavors.
Like, they're just like the most like...
Oh, no,
the connoisseurs are just like the most like stuck up. What is the word that I'm looking for?
I don't know. I just talked about the brain breaking, and you're asking me to remember this.
I got brain breakage too. It's been cracked.
They actually did
egg yolk.
They did different, I don't want to say studies, taste tests was what it was. Some of these high dollar coffees.
Yeah.
And then they had like McDonald's coffees, which they've got a medium roast. They don't have a dark roast. Not that I know of. Now, there for a while they did have an espresso, but I think I did try it once. But that people, most of them preferred the McDonald's because it's not bad coffee.
No, except for the person who got burnt.
Well, that was God love her. That
Coffee is hot.
Coffee is hot. And that theirs is uber hot. But a lot of this stuff, it's like the emperor's new clothes, which is that, oh, this is trendy, this is popular, this costs more, so it must be better, and it's all bullshit.
Pretentious.
Oh, pretentious, yeah.
Coffee snobs are some of the most and wine connoisseurs.
Anybody
They're some of the
that does
most
that.
pretentious people.
Yeah, and that's okay. If they need to be an expert, if they need to stroke their egos, let them go ahead. And they can do what they want to do. I know what I like and what I know what I don't like. And I'm going to be honest about it.
It's usually what was known as the hipsters. Those are the most pretentious
Shit.
people in the world, and that and rich people.
Well, I don't even know about as far as the wealthy people. There's some wealthy people that are quite practical, which is how they became wealthy. Yeah. So
I'm a multi-millionaire and I still drink Folgers coffee every
there's
single
nothing
day.
wrong with that. Folgers is a good coffee. There's a lot of them that's, and I will tell you something. Honestly, Dollar General, and I think it's Country Sunrise or something, it's Clover Valley, whatever their brand is. And they've got a dark roast, and it's not bad, but it's not the Sumatra. But it's very much drinkable. It is.
It's very much drinkable.
There's some of them that you're just like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna do that.
Instant coffee.
I have had some that I couldn't finish the bag, and that's a very rare thing because we be thrifty.
We have to be.
We be thrifty.
Damn, we can't even afford to be thrifty right now because like Goodwill has jacked their prices up sky high.
Well, Goodwill is
$15 for a pair of jeans.
Hell, you can go to Walmart and get jeans cheaper than
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I'm not going to pay $15 for a used pair of jeans.
Anyhow, the world has gone crazy. Learn how to sew. Learn how to patch the jeans you got.
I made a doll shirt. Does that count?
Yeah, no. Anyhow, we've done all this. We've gone all the way around the mulberry bush and back. And actually, today's for real article is from the Daily Star, and it's by this is that chick I have no problem. Ciaran, Daly, I think is how you pronounce it, and was September the 9th, 2022. And it says, a new artificial intelligence can translate words and even entire sentences by scanning brain activity. Now, that's some shit.
I mean, there are facilities out there that literally monitor thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Now. Like, those are usually the people that are, like, even more hidden and insane than Area 51.
Is there a deep state to the deep state?
Yeah.
Anyhow.
It's called the world government.
It's called the Illuminati or the lizard people, the reptilian agenda. It says the AI developed by Facebook's parent company Meta is able to guess the words inside people's heads with up to 73% accuracy. Meta researchers in Paris built an AI language model made up of 56,000 hours of speech recordings in 53 languages. They then asked 169 volunteers to listen to stories and sentences from classics like Alice in Wonderland while their brains were being scanned. By measuring brain signals, the AI was able to decipher what the person had heard from the story. In this way, the volunteers' brains acted as an intermediary between the AI and a recording, giving Meta a powerful tool to understand thought on less than 3 seconds of brain data. The correct answer is usually in AI's top 10 guesses. That's what they're telling people.
Loves it.
It says, however, the machine has almost no practical use because of how expensive it is, making it impractical for clinical uses. A computer scientist, Giovanni De Liberto, from Trinity College in Dublin, told Science News, quote, "What can we do with it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing," end quote. Another problem is that the AI was only trained on a limited sample of language data, making it very difficult for general use. This is because language is infinite and can be used in many different ways. It's all part of a race to build effective brain-computer interfaces which will allow people to control devices using the power of thought alone. Okay. First of all, as far as them being able to do anything with it and not being able to afford it,
Yeah.
For the world's elite, they have all the monies, and the rest of the people's be the slave labor.
Pretty much.
Who this is technology will be used against, and probably is. As far as language being infinite, no. Even as far as language where it can, certain words fade in and out of common usage, it's still infinite. I mean, it's not infinite, rather.
Right.
Now if there is like that one, God love him, that poor little gentleman that was the last of his tribe in the Amazon that died a week or so ago.
Oh, no.
Now, his language is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
So there's no need.
Unless he taught it to someone else.
Probably not. I think that he was still very, he, as far as anybody else, no. He did not like the company of strangers. He did not like his territory being invaded. And I can understand that, and I respect him. But that's bound to have been a very lonely existence. Point being, with this AI stuff, and, was discussing this earlier, we know that we can talk about a thing, in front of these devices, if it's whatever, you've got smart this and smart that and whatever, and the population, a lot of them are getting dumber because of the smart technology. But you can say something, and in a few minutes, if you do any kind of search, there will be a result about what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I have honestly had it happen before where I was thinking of something, had not, articulated it, and same thing. So that's freaky. We've noticed that for years, though.
I don't think I've had I have had stuff like pop up, even though I thought that, but I'm just like, coincidence.
I don't believe in coincidence.
Because these devices don't have mind reading.
We don't know that. We do not know what these things can and can't do. We know what people tell us that they can and can't do. Even some of the experts, there's a reason that not only are these things encouraged, but kind of pushed on the people. Oh, you got to have this. You got to blah, blah, blah. Years ago when I'm like, I don't want one. And the lady from Verizon, she's like, oh, once you get one, you'll never go back. It's like, you can't live without it. And it's like, I sure can. People don't have to be that easily accessible.
I mean, people switch to smart flip phones a lot.
Yeah. And I mean,
I would like it if flip phones were to come back into style.
Even as far as, if something blows up and somebody can't get in touch with me, deal with it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, deal with it. And, I'm still a believer in CDs, so I don't have to have Spotify.
I like CDs.
It's handy. It's, but
if I had
I have backups.
I would have a record. I would have a record player.
Well, we have radios. Most cars still have radios. Now, in this area, we may not have much of a selection because the stations have sold out and gone to this computer shit.
Yeah.
Which you've got central programming from wherever.
Corporate shit.
Yeah. Which is bullshit.
Fuck corporate shit.
Which we need to bring back local radio stations, real DJs who actually know the music.
Indie businesses.
Who can interact with the listeners. Because if something does go awry in the region, they need to know about that.
Yeah.
Somebody that's programming from California doesn't know anything about what's going on in southwestern Virginia.
Right.
So, and right now, you can't find out. We found that out with the power outage about a month or so ago.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
Nothing.
So.
Gosh, that was rough.
Bring back pirate radio.
Dad's got a pirate radio station and he got scared.
Well, that's all right. His was just, it actually was not. It was within the local he was within the guidelines. He wasn't. He laughed about it being a pirate radio station. Mm-hmm. But it was actually within the guidelines. So, but it's fun. We need to have that. And we need good coffee.
Yeah.
We do not need AI. Zuckerberg, whatever, does not need to know what I'm thinking. Or it's like, let me think real hard right now and see if he can read my mind.
Zuckerberg and other people like him. Mm-hmm. Hi, yeah. Jeffrey Bezos.
Well, you know, and I was discussing this today with somebody. As much as people shit on Amazon, and rightfully so in a lot of ways, for people like us that are out here in a very rural area, Amazon can be a blessing.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it is.
It is.
Their ethics aren't great, but, like, they are handy.
Yeah. Well, and it's a matter as far as if you look into a lot of businesses, there's unethical practices. A lot of them. And it depends on who you're talking to and the reasoning behind it. And I think every nation needs to be self-sufficient.
I agree.
To where they're not dependent on other people. And if nobody has learned anything else since 2020, it is a matter of learning to be self-sufficient. Have a community around you if you can't do something that somebody else is willing to help you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be more important in the near future than ever before. Yep.
I'm fine with that.
And coffee. Get you a stockpile of coffee. You can put it in the freezer and it'll help preserve it. For real. You can get the beans and then you can grind your own.
The beans.
Yeah, coffee beans. Yeah.
Beans.
Yeah. So that's what I need to do.
Sam? You afraid of beans?
It's really tragic that coffee beans only grow in certain climates. They need like a hot tropical climate.
If only we could grow them.
I would love to be a coffee
grow.
I would do so good. I would be out there babying those plants every day. I would be talking to them. It would be like the cats. Excuse me. It would be like the cats. Instead of talking to the cats, it's like, Mama, who you talking to? I'm talking to these baby coffee beans. I'm babying them.
It's like, oh shit, Mama's finally cracked.
Yeah. When I
talking to the beans.
When I die,
she's talking to the beans.
You could just scatter my ashes or whatever there amongst the coffee beans. Let my essence go into the next cup.
Bruh.
So if you've had experiences with the paranormal and supernatural, my voice is going. It's the damn allergies.
You need a drink.
I need more coffee is exactly what I need, and I'm going to go make me a fresh pot here after this. Anyhow, aliens, cryptids, Bigfoots, yeah, all that stuff. Cup of coffee with Scream, gmail.com. That will be in the description box. So will the link to the article, because we thoroughly believe in citing our sources.
Yes. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. My nose is running.
I noticed that.
Thank you all. Have a good...
It's not just me that has the allergies. That crinkly noise in the background has been kid with the runny nose and the Kleenex.
This one right now?
That microphone will pick that up. Now that's not a crinkly noise. That's an annoying noise. Know that you're loved.
I love this noise. How dare you?
Know that you are loved, and we will see you all on the next cup.
Bye.
Bye.